Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. A beast, a machine, getting on you with speed, running gasoline lean. Give me all what I need, indeed. Pedal to the metals, the life that I dream. Can't settle for tea kettle when I can roast it like coffee beans. My chances splitting the scene, smoking supreme. A rough race leaves enough traceless, smoking with steam. Spinning wheels, hitting deals with high velocity. Break the rules of physics to win, become an odyssey. Might be second place, but I'm riding behind. Set to draft, fly by, feel the G-force, adjust, get the better lap. My tires may be bold, riding a weather track, but I've left my checker pass so I can reach the checkered flag.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to another edition of the Checkered Flag. I'm your host, Ace Naylor. How's everyone, all the race fans doing tonight? Man, what a weekend we just came off of for the Daytona 500. Well, we got a lot to talk about. The Daytona 500 post-talk later tonight with Jeffrey Thielscher. NASCAR talk. Kyle Busch leaves the hospital. A lot of stuff going on. Our guest tonight, as part of our Way Out West series, we have 9-year-old Zoe Pierce on the show. Also tonight, Vince Rosa to talk about V&H Fresh race team for 2015, what to expect. Folks, we are now trying Ustream to see how the Ustream works. Ustream.tv/channel/checkered flag for mobile views of all types. If you happen to miss this, we're actually going to have it up on our YouTube as well a little later, so we'll have the YouTube and Vimeo. We're going to take a commercial break, and after that we're going to be back with our first guest, Zoe Pierce, in just a moment. Don't go anywhere, guys.
Dixon Speedway and V&H Fresh LLC proudly presents the inaugural For the Love of Racing James Pops Wooten Memorial Race. A whopping $1,000 to win for both multi-wingless and main. All going down April 4th, 2015 at Dixon Speedway. For more information, go to www.dixonspeedway.net.
Right now we've got Zoe Pierce on the line. Zoe, how are you?
Good.
Alright, Zoe, so let's get with the interview. Let's talk about how you got started with the wonderful world of racing, and why you chose karts out of all the different race cars that are out there.
I wanted to race these cars because they're the most competitive and exciting cars.
Oh, right on, right on. So you race a pure stock right now. Tell us about your pure stock and what kind of cart. What kind of a cart is it? The pure stock. What kind of engine does it run?
6.5 horsepower brakes on tough gas, and it is a step down from the animal.
Wow. So how fast does it go? Do you guys go pretty fast in those?
It goes 40 miles per hour.
Wow, that's pretty quick. And then you're in your fourth season right now at Cam Cartway. Tell us about your Cam Cartway experience and how it all started for you. You were 3.5, you were not even 4 years old when that first started for you, right?
No, I was 5 when I started.
Oh, you were 5. Wow. Still that's a pretty young age. Tell us about how that felt for you the first time you ever stepped inside of a cart.
When I first started into racing, I was nervous. And when I got used to it, it was pretty fun.
Yeah. So let's talk about Zap Racing. That's your initials. And when did that all start?
Can you please repeat the question?
Oh, when did Zap Racing? Is Zap Racing's your initials, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So is that how you got? How did that all start for you? The Zap Racing. How did that all begin?
Well, we thought it would be cool to have my initials for racing, like some people call me Zap and stuff. And we think it's pretty cool and catchy.
Yeah, that is a pretty cool, catchy nickname. And let's talk about something else that's kind of fun. I read that in 2012 you actually won the Santa Shootout Champion. Tell us about that.
It was really fun. I was the fastest car out there, and I almost lapped the whole field.
And you outlasted the whole field. How many cars? You lapped the whole field. So how many cars were in that field?
There was 8.
Wow, you lapped a total of 8 cars. Well, that is so exciting. And you have other areas that you're involved in. You're involved in music and dancing. You're talented in other areas. Tell us about those.
Well, I like to sing and dance around my house.
And you're obviously a straight A student, and which is really awesome. I mean, we like to hear that here. Do you have to have good grades to be able to race?
Yes, it is a privilege for me. I think all race car drivers should have good grades.
Yeah, you know, that's really nice. I hope these racers that are watching that Zoe could be an inspiration for you guys that have heard that. Well, we had we can see a picture of actually a photo of your trophies up there. Our tech there, if you can click on Zoe Pierce. I think the first one, our tech there. We were going to talk about. We actually were had you going to talk about your trophies. You've got these big cup trophies. Tell us about your cup trophies. You can start with the first one and just kind of go on down the line.
I have a championship trophy where I got first last year in Pierstock. And then
Right.
first year in Pierstock, I got second place.
Wow.
And those years of 3.5, I got third.
Wow, that is exciting. Now, you look up to somebody by the name of McKenna. Tell us about that. Are you inspired by her?
Yes, she is a great. She races 305 sprint cars, and her number is 5510, and she's a great person to look up to.
Wow, yeah, that's pretty exciting. Now, do you have goals and dreams for your future in racing? Let's talk about your goals and dreams for the near future.
My goal for this year is to win another championship.
Ah, there you go. And then, what is your goals for down the road in racing? Or do you want to stay in dirt, or what do you want to do for your long-term goal?
I want to race NASCAR Dirt Series because racing's in my blood.
Yeah, that's exciting. NASCAR. Want to have the NASCAR label on there. I think you're well on your way, girl. You're well on your way. So let's talk about your sponsors and any thanks and shout-outs you want to give out, and of course anything else you'd like to talk about. Let's you can give your sponsors any thanks and shout-outs.
I want to thank Kim Cartway, McGee Lane Storage, PPM, the Oil Medics, and Zach Small Engine Repair. And I'd like to give a shout-out to Mitchell Mosley, who won the Long Star.
The Lone Star Nationals, yes, we're very excited. We're gonna give him a shout out for that later. Yeah, Mitchell Mobley was our first guest, the Lone Star Nationals. So yeah, big shout out to him. Did you get a chance to watch NASCAR? Do you ever watch NASCAR, girl?
Yes, I watched the Daytona 500 this weekend.
Sweet, yeah. We'll talk about that since we're gonna have the post talk later on. What was the highlight of the race for you? And then who are you wanting to win? Were you excited to see that Joey Logano took it?
Can you please repeat the question?
Were you excited that Joey Logano took the race?
Yes.
Yeah.
But my favorite race car driver is Tony Stewart and Dan Fitzpatrick.
Aw, yeah. She had a little bit of a rough time. She raced it really well. What is your favorite part of your favorite highlight of the Daytona 500 this past Sunday?
Well, I like that they kept on changing the person in the lead and all the passing and stuff.
Yeah, it was great. It was pretty competitive with the passing and chasing the leader, and then the last 5 laps were the most exciting of the race. So, all right, girl, thank you so much for calling. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be seeing you out there in June for the Invitational, so I'm really excited about it. I'll be announcing that, and I look forward to meeting you all.
I'm going to see you there. I'm going to plan on winning that race.
Yes. You know what? I think you will. And you're going to be the birthday girl then. You're going to be the birthday girl around that time too, right? I heard that.
Yes.
All right, Zoe, thank you so much for calling in, Zoe. I really appreciate it. We look forward to meeting you. And real quick, we better let them know where to go. Better let them know that you got a Facebook and everything. Where can they find you? That's important.
You can find me on Facebook on either Zoe Pierce or Zap Racing.
All right, Zap Racing or Zoe Pierce. You can go to my Facebook or the Checkered Flags to find it. Zoe, thank you so much. All right, you take care now.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. All right, that was Zoe Pierce. We're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to be right back with Vince Rosa to talk about the B&H Fest race team. What can you expect for that year? Also later tonight, we're going to have Jeffrey Thielscher on the line to talk about the Daytona 500, and to talk about Busch leaving the hospital, and David Reagan, number 18, will actually be racing his car. So that's breaking news. We're going to do that, and of course by our quick recap of the Lakeport Indoor, and we're going to be right back with Vince Rosa in just a moment. Come on, good guys. Is there a card on that? Did you save a card?
Yeah. I'm recording this whole thing right now.
I'm gonna have to pull it off there and edit it because I don't know if I'm gonna have enough space. So
no worries.
Make it off there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we always do. From what I'm learning, we always do a backup with this just in case.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna check on there and see what works on that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey.
Hey Vince, we're gonna get you on here. We're advertising, sort of, paying our bills, I guess you could say. We'll get you on here in just a moment.
Alright, whenever you're ready.
Yep. Alright.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Oop. Alright, starting on the checkered flag, and then I'll zoom out to you.
Well, see, this is the reason why we're not going to go live from now on. I think it'd be better to tape because there's
until the little technical things are ironed out.
Situations like this, it'd be better to tape.
I think so.
Yeah. What do you think, Vince? You agree?
Absolutely, man. You don't want snafus when you're going live. It looks unprofessional.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So let me know when we're done with the advertising, you guys, and we'll get Vince dialed right in.
All right, ready?
Yep, ready? Okay. All right, let me know when I'm on live.
3, 2, 1, go ahead.
All right, folks, we are back. We've got Vince Rosa on the show. We'll give you a little quick overview real quick. Co-founder with his wife, Mary Rosa, B&H Fresh race team, contributing to the 600 micro sprint and wingless, as well as wing, as well as a few other classes, has even expanded outside of California with B&H Fresh. Vince, thank you for being on the show, man.
Hey, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. So let's talk about B&H Fresh, how that all got started, and basically, yeah. How did all that come about?
You know, a couple of years ago, myself and my wife were going to races around at Dixon and just kind of watching and observing and just kind of sat back and then we saw a couple of guys that were kind of struggling and thought, how could we get involved in a really kind of small way to get started and maybe help somebody out that could probably use a little help. So we started out with one car and finished out that season, and after that we went out with more, and it kind of just grew from there. Now we're up to 9 micros, a couple of 360s, and a mini sprint, a mini stock. We've got a pretty wide range of people out there now. Yeah,
you're all over the place. You've got now you got a total of what? You got a total of 12 racers right now. Is that correct?
Yep, 12, kind of like 14 total. We have one out of state. We have who will be here for the race, for the big California Cup race. And we have just have all kinds of people. I can't even name them all off. There's about 14 total people that we have in our family right now.
No, that's okay. You guys got a really big family. We're gonna kind of touch on how it started. It all kind of came about over at Dixon Speedway. Am I correct?
Yeah, it did. We started kind of watching at Delta, then we kind of we started racing at Dixon. We found ourselves kind of like a home there. We partnered up with them and started putting things together, and this became our home track. Dixon's a great track, great people, a great atmosphere. They're really up and coming, and they've put a lot of time into it, and we found a home there, and this is what we call our home.
Yeah, that's definitely where the family track is. I've enjoyed my time there, and I've seen the 600s expand with B&H Fresh, and you guys have really just brought some competitive racers to the table.
We have some great teams. We have Michael Ralph and Danny Carroll.
Yeah.
He's our southern team now. We have our team captain, Jason Boydmain, James Rico, Dustin Spotsler. We have a mini cup. Car Andrew Payne, he was the champion last year.
Yes, I would love to get Andrew Payne.
Michael Vicento from down south, who was also the Tulsa
Yes.
champion. We have Matt Peterson, Ryan Carter. We have all kinds of great people.
Oh yes, oh yes. So, what kind of made you decide you wanted to get involved in auto racing?
You know, myself and my wife both come from a dirt track background. We both,
Okay.
Our parents were both very much involved in racing. My father raced all over Florida, and it's always been a real kind of passion of ours. We kind of drifted away from it, and then we started going back again a couple years ago, and just really wanted to get involved. We are very blessed to have the means to give back to the community, give back to the racing community, and it's kind of taken on a life of its own. But we're very proud of what we're doing, very proud of the people that are with us, and it's just growing into a big family. Yeah,
I'm enjoying watching it. Now you talked about racing in a family. That'd be a great segue to get into the James Pops Wooten Memorial Race.
That's right. That's my wife's father, who was a big race fan.
Right.
We wanted to find a way to kind of honor his memory. He passed away some years ago, and we decided to do a race at the beginning of the season where we could really kick it off with a big boom. There's $1,000 for wing, $1,000 for the wingless. It's going to be at Dixon Speedway. We're expecting a great turnout. We've had some positive feedback. We're expecting some really good support, and it's going to be a great way to kind of give back to his memory and give back to racing and have a really great time.
Oh yeah, with those kind of payouts, I can expect a lot of cars to show up, and really people bring some competitive racing to the table. I mean, but not only that, what a sentimental moment to kick off racing with, and have something like that as well. And like I said, you know, Dixon's a great place. Everybody has a good time there. They're all a tightly knit family.
You know, whenever we brought it up to Dixon Speedway about doing something like that, they just completely embraced it. They came to us with open arms about it, and to help us put it together, to helping us promote it. They're supporting us 100%, and we feel really, really good about what we're doing. We're very blessed to be in the same corner with them.
Right. Right. So also too, something else exciting that you wanted to talk about is you've actually expanded. And you are going to the Tulsa Shootout this year. You're bringing some cars to the Tulsa Shootout. Are you going to try to bring the whole pack with you, or do you got just an elite few?
We'll be racing down south.
Oh.
The Southern California boys this year. We're going to go down there 7 times.
Okay.
Really going to get some exposure. We're not really doing the points thing this year. We're going to be doing the exposure, experience, and get out there and get ourselves really, really dirty. We kind of looped ourselves into a northern thing where we really need to get out and get more exposure and get more experience. And this year we're really going to go after it. Then we're going to do the Clay Cup.
Okay.
In Washington, and we're definitely just Tulsa Shootout. We can't wait for that opportunity.
Yeah, that's gonna be really exciting. Now, are you bringing the whole team to the Tulsa Shootout, or is there going to be an elite select few for that?
You know, we haven't quite got to that point yet. We want to have people that have earned up this all about, people that really give back to the team, and we have a great group of guys that really want to give back to the race team, to the community. So we haven't really set a limit on how many we're going to take. If everybody really is putting it out there and putting it forward for the team, we want to bring everybody if we can.
Right.
But it's kind of wide open. But we definitely would have a presence. We have the right guys. We have the right equipment. We spent a lot of hours this year developing our cars, developing our motors, and we're very excited about which way we're going to go.
Yeah. Yes. And you actually you know, on top of B&H Fresh, I'm sure you're welcoming other advertisers to come on board and you know, for the Tulsa Shootout thing. What do you guys have to offer to those businesses that are watching?
You know, as far as B&H Fresh goes, you know, we're kind of like a little incorporated little company deal.
Okay.
And what we're doing is, you know, the B&H Fresh is such a huge fan of racing of all sports that we just want to make sure that we're pouring ourselves in.
Okay.
And taking our drivers, taking our team can. It's not necessarily much about us as it is what we're giving back to the racing community.
Well, yeah, exactly. And for those who may not know, tell us about V&H, if you don't mind. Tell us about V&H Fresh and what that business entails.
Sure. V&H Fresh is a produce distribution company. We distribute broccoli and we grow strawberries we import from Mexico.
Mm.
We also have raw tomatoes that we import. And
Yes.
we're just a produce distribution company.
Right.
Trying to feed the world if we can.
Yeah, I mean, but what a thing that you have offered the racing community. I mean, just all across the board. Like I said, not just dirt cars, but you know, with Andrew Payne, which I've loved. I want to get Andrew on the show. We need to really get him out here. We can figure out or.
I tell you what, he was the California champion in the mini cup.
Yes.
He is a true gentleman, and I'm very excited about where he's going, and I want to be part of his growth.
Right.
You know, myself and my wife have been very blessed with a good company and good opportunities, and we wanted to give some of that back, and it has been, and what we've given back to the racing community, they have given us tenfold. So
Yes.
It's really a win-win for everybody. We are very blessed.
Right, that's how we feel about the checkered flag, as well as you know that's why I do this, is because to be able to give back to the community and see people like Andrew Payne and the youngsters that are moving up. You know, we've been following him, we've been watching him, and it's exciting to see what he's doing. Like I said, I would love to get him live on the show and just put him, or call in or whatever, and get him on the front lines, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's what our show's all about.
He's one of our jewels in our crown, as we say. He's someone that we're very proud of. So glad to have back this year.
Right. We had a couple of fan questions, and they wanted to know exactly they wanted to know about the 600 micro sprints and what kind of engine do they run, and also how do they differ from the bigger sprints.
You know, most of our guys run Yamaha engines
Mm-hmm.
primarily. They're of course they're gas. Most of them are running anywhere between 2003 and 2006.
Right.
They get about anywhere between 15 and 20 races before they have to be refreshed. So you really got to keep up with them.
Right. Exactly.
Very powerful motors, very strong. Top speeds somewhere around 60 to 80 miles an hour, depending on where you're at, and they run some really quick times.
Oh yeah, I've seen the my time announcing at Dixon. I've seen how quick their times are and how fast they go. I mean, they're just really fast.
Yeah, they're very fast.
Yeah.
They're ripping. These guys are professionals. Most of these guys have done this for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a junior sprint. I have Sage Bourdain with me this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's 12 years old. He's one of my youngest guys on the team. He's
Yeah.
running a junior sprint, and we're just watching everybody kind of grow. We have Matt Peterson, who was the Gold Cup champion in the 360s, and I have also Rico, who also runs a wing 360, and they're also very close with us. And those guys are also got big teams going on this year.
Oh yeah, exciting. Now you run also. We talked about Dixon, but you're running other tracks in California as well. You're running Lemoore, Delta,
California, plus
all over California.
Racing.
Right.
But we definitely are going to be spending a lot more time down south. That's where I feel is some of the best competition. I'm saying anything short about Northern California. There are
No.
some badasses there. But you have to get down south. You've got to mix it up with those boys. Those guys are the ones that really will give you a run for your money. And when you get that kind of experience and that kind of exposure, that's when you know you're ready to go to the next level.
Yes, and you're exactly right. You know, we the GoLive stream president we're gonna have on a little later. You know, he's had a lot to do with Bakersfield Raceway and the sprint races over there. So yeah, a lot of boys have come out of the Northern, but it's Southern California. Like Joey Logano's is a Bakersfield boy. So so yeah, you're doing the right thing by getting them out there and expanding and getting them exposure to really race up against some of the hottest competition that's out there.
I think California has some of the best in the world.
Yeah.
You're going to see
Oh yeah.
up in this new California Cup they're going to run this year with the 4 races and the 4 tracks. I think it's going to really, there's a lot of people coming from out of state into California. It's going to bring a lot of exposure. It's going to bring a lot of high quality, high end racing. I hear Frank Flood's coming down for that. The Sawyer Chassis team's coming down for that. There's some big names coming down, bringing a lot of horsepower, and we are very excited about swapping paint with those guys and rubbing noses with them.
Yeah, that's that's going to be pretty exciting. Well, Vince, it was so much fun to have you on the show. I want to give you a chance to give a shout out to some upcoming races and whatnot. This is your time to let us know what's going on.
Oh, we got a lot of, you can go to the
Yeah.
website. You can track all of our racing, our schedule, tell us about the drivers, who we are, how to get in touch with us. There's photographs, there's videos. There's all kinds of archived stories that you can read about the team. And kind of, the biggest thing is our schedule. You can track our schedule, come hang out with us, stop by the V&H Fresh RV and our trailers and our barbecue. Come eat, come hang out, have a good time. Everybody's always welcome.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Vince, so much for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Ace. We'll talk to you soon. Take
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. That's always a pleasure to have him on the show. We're going to take another commercial break. We got to pay our bills here. We're going to be back with Jeffrey Thielscher to talk about what's going on. The Daytona 500 post talk tonight. NASCAR, Kyle Busch leaves the hospital. David Reagan will be racing number 818 and all that stuff going on with breaking news. So the NASCAR talk, that's up next.
Dixon Speedway and V&H Fresh LLC proudly presents the inaugural For the Love of Racing James Pops Wooten Memorial Race. A whopping $1,000 to win for both multi-wingless and main. All going down April 4th, 2015 at Dixon Speedway. For more information, go to www.dixonspeedway.net.
All right, we are back on the line. Right now we've got GoLive stream. This is Jeffrey Thielscher. Tonight we talk about NASCAR Junkie. A lot on the line tonight. Daytona 500 having a post talk. NASCAR, Kyle Busch actually left the hospital. That was pretty awesome. David Reagan will be racing the number 18 for Kyle Busch. Down in the breaking news. Jeff, what's your thoughts on the Daytona 500?
Well, I thought it was a wild race. There were a lot of leaders. It came down to the end of the race right there, and they threw the yellow. And I didn't like that. I think they should have let them race to the finish line, but it was a safety issue, and NASCAR makes those calls.
Yes.
It's I also probably think that they should have let Kurt Busch race in the race too, since he hadn't been convicted of a crime.
And see, that's my opinion too. He had not been convicted. There has nothing that has been what happened to innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
You know, I think that was a bad call on their part also. I'll admit. Another call that I didn't like was the way we talked about it, was the way that they qualified.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people were upset about the way that they qualified. Right. Well, it put the racers and some of the young racers at a terrible disadvantage. So that was just very unfortunate that it was done that way.
Yeah, I think it costs them more money too when the cars get wrecked. Why would you take a chance of having a car wreck?
Right.
Not be able to make the race after they've done all that work.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Like I said, after all that work. So let's talk about the final 10 laps of the race. And what that was like. I got to follow it. Hats off to Joey Logano for winning.
Oh yeah, he was in the right place at the right time.
Yep. Sometimes it's all it takes.
It worked out perfectly for him. He definitely was the winner of that race.
Yeah. That's definitely the way it goes. So, things obviously as we know, kick off for the Daytona 500. What's your thoughts on 2015 and how this year is going to go with auto racing and NASCAR?
Well, I think NASCAR has really put together a good program right now because a lot of this racing is really close. I don't see someone just running away with any race, so that part of this deal is working pretty well. The chase, it's their call on that. I think they should go back to the old format and give up that chase, so everybody's on an even keel.
Yes, and that's the way that a lot of the fans feel too. A lot of the fans feel the same way, and so it is back on an even thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't have a guy in the chase that hasn't won any races, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, it's just like I said, I wasn't too keen on the way that they from the beginning on it, especially on the way that they qualified and all that. So you know that, and there's also we're going to show a video a little bit. We're going to show a video a little bit later of his interview that we did with the Checkered Flag when we left off last season. But one kid a guy that I'm definitely watching is Rico Abreu.
Oh yeah, he can drive a car, he can wheel whatever he's in. For sure. USAC national champion.
Yes, USAC national champion. He's now stepped into NASCAR K&N. Before too long, I have a feeling we're going to see him on the NASCAR mainstream before too long. I don't think it's gonna. Like I said a couple shows ago, I don't think it's gonna be anything past 2015. I think 2016 he'll pick up a nationwide somewhere. I'll be surprised if he doesn't.
And actually, you know, him being so small,
Mm-hmm.
makes it easier for them to set up those cars too.
Yes.
So,
Yes, exactly. That's another advantage.
He's just got the natural ability to drive those cars. He can do it. He's definitely a shoe.
Yes, definitely shoeing. Well, Jeff, I got to get to the recap. Thank you so much for calling in. Huh? Oh.
Started 41st in the.
Yes.
He finished 6th, and he was on fire, you know.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He and Denny Hamlin both, you know, they started way back there. Hamlin started one back from him, and they moved way up. They moved way up.
Oh yeah, to see him go from.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Hats off to them for doing some great racing. And to Kevin Harvick, you know, he gave it his best. So.
I was going to say that. Mention that. Yes.
Could have been a Bakersfield sweep with Ryan Reed winning the Xfinity race the night before. So we got first in the Xfinity race and second in the Cup race for Bakersfield and 6th.
Yeah. That's exciting. Oh, you know, well, before you go too, you've got something we want to give you a chance to push some of the things you have going on. Obviously, it hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen in April at racingforwishes.com. Give you a quick chance to put that out there.
Yeah, we're having a big race. It's April 24th at Shenandoah Speedway. Raising money for Make-A-Wish. It's the Racing for Wishes 150, and it's going to be a late model race, 6,000 to win. We're going to have some cars there. It's going to be a great day to raise some money for the kids.
Right.
And just have some great racing.
Yeah, the payouts are unprecedented, and how much of the how much off the ticket prices are going to ticket sales are going to the Make-A-Wish?
$3.
Yes. That's going to be a great race to see a payout, unprecedented payouts like that from 6,000. That's going to be a great race to see. Are you going to try to get that on GoLive stream?
Yeah, we will. We'll be webcasting it on GoLive stream. It'll be taped.
Yes.
Get it up there.
Yeah. I'll get mine up there too. Yeah, we're going to get our thing figured out and we'll get this show put up on the internet as well. Jeff, it's a pleasure to
GoLive stream's running well, right?
It is. It's going well, and you guys are going to have your archives will be back up.
I'm ironed out. So
Yeah.
we're moving forward.
And your archivable things will be back up too, also, which is also exciting. Yeah. Okay.
Even though we did lose 100 videos.
Well.
During this deal, so.
Yeah.
One of those things. It's a transition thing.
Yeah.
Make a transition, and it has to be done. So.
You know what we have in common? We have a lot in common. You and I have been doing this for years now with the Checkered Flag, and look how far we've gone. We've had snafus and things that we've had, but we keep on trucking. And I really think 2015 is going to be good, going to be big for those like us who have really been in the struggle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I do too. It's time to break out.
Yes, it is. It's time to break out. The show's going really well. We're enjoying being part of this Way Out West series we're doing. Like I say, we had some bugs. We had the girl call in, but we're working on some things here, and the show's just getting better and better. And that's what I see with GoLive stream too. You guys have really got some good things going. You know, you lost some videos, but from here on out, it's just moving forward.
Yeah, I've seen you evolve too.
Yeah.
It's an evolving thing, and we're getting better every day that we do this. So.
Yes, yes. It's a tough business, but we're in it for the long haul. Yeah, yep, exactly. All right, so I got to let you go, as we're going to show the Rico Abreu video interview that we did before we went off season last season. Wanted to show that just because I wanted to give him a shout out and the fact that he's moved up into the NASCAR K&N. Jeff, thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate it, man. It's always good to hear from you. All right. What's up, race fans? Ace Naylor. We're back with another edition of the Checkered Flag. First off, before I do my opener, I want to go on to a bit of a somber moment here. I want to give our heart, thought, prayers, and shout out to Jim Soares and his family, co-promoter of Petaluma Speedway, had passed away, so I want to give him a shout out. So let's get on to something. Jeremy, let's get on to what happened this past weekend at Ukiah. Jeremy Doss won the PC Challenge Pacific Coast Late Model Series Challenge this past weekend at Ukiah. Big hats off to him. And what a great fan event that was. I mean, they had... Well, that's why we're not live, so I'll start it over. Can I have you scroll down? All right. We got editors, so if we have to do a take, it's all right. All right. Good evening, folks. Welcome to another edition of the Checkered Flag. I want to give a big shout-out and congratulations to Jeremy Doss, who won the Pacific Coast Challenge Series late model race at Ukiah Speedway this past Saturday. I got to announce for the flat track motorcycles on Sunday, so Saturday night I got a chance to go check out the races, and what a great fan experience that was. That was definitely a lot of fun to go see. So let's get on to our guest. Right now we've got our, I like to call him a returning champion, Chance Grasty. Chance, thank you for coming on the show, and we have you on the show because I want to talk to you a little bit about your update us on what you got going on right now. You had something called a grudge match. You're racing in a 500 right now. Tell us about that.
Well, it's going good. It's fun, and I'm pretty fast, but when the track is rough, it bounces me around a lot. Yeah, I hear you. And so you've got the chance to race the 250. Now you're doing the 500, and that's happening over at Dixon right now. And you had a grudge match for the 14J, kind of Joshua Lewis. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. So tell us about your 250. You're also doing this. Now you're doing this with the Tuesday night under the lights, correct? What they're doing at Dixon Speedway. I think I hear something out there too. Is there something out? Is there security out there? Oh, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's up? Rico Abreu in the house. How you doing, Rico? Good. Hey, how you doing? This is Chance. You probably remember Chance. How are you? Yeah.
Good.
Good.
Yeah. Chance, did you know he was going to be here? No?
How's it going?
Good.
Hey.
Cool.
Hey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you how hard it was to keep that from this. I thought he was going to see you out there for a little bit. But we'll continue with his interview, and then we'll get to yours. Rico, thank you so much for being on the show, man. I appreciate you you being here. We're talking to Chance. He's actually racing racing a 500 right now, and he had a grudge match with a kid who races a 14J. So it's pretty exciting. It's actually thing at Dixon they're doing called Tuesday Night Under the Lights, where they could test out their car. And I've watched this kid grow. He's went from a beginner box stock to a 250. Now he's having a chance to race his 500. So I wanted to get a chance to get you on the show for a little bit. We're going to have your sister on a little later. You want to hang out with us? I'm going to interview Rico. You want to hang out with us for the show before your sister comes on?
Sure.
Sweet. All right, man. Rico, thanks for being on the show. Actually, before we get you on, we want to take a quick commercial break. If we have those up, if we don't, we'll go right on to our next guest. We're actually right now we're actually taping, so I can go in and get editors. So yeah. All right. This portion of the Checkered Flag is brought to you by D&H Fresh, currently marketing their own brand of... All right. You're currently racing in a sprint car?
Yeah, I got sprint cars this year and with the USAC midgets on the east or west coast, and so I've been racing a lot.
Right on. So let's talk, let's go on how you got started. You understand you started racing the QRC karts, and that was along with Kyle Larson, to be exact.
Yeah, I had grown up racing outlaw karts with Kyle and his family, and then came up to the sprint car world, and it's been nonstop since then.
Yeah, right on. And then, so tell us about your experience with Larson, how
how that kind of all came about.
We just been close friends and raced go-karts together, and then he went to the sprint cars, and I was still in go-karts, and we moved up through the ranks, and he went to NASCAR, and I'm still racing go-karts and sprint cars. Go-karts when I get a chance. And
yeah,
then,
you actually went back to go-karts in 2013, or I used to announce over at Dixon Speedway. That's where our returning champion here races.
Cool.
You got a chance to go there to race there with.
Yeah, they had a cool race there, and I ran second to Sean Becker, and it was really rough that night. I remember, but
Colby Copeland was there. Tanner Thorson was also there.
Everyone.
Yeah. So you know, we kind of adopted a name for you, if you don't mind, here on for the Checkered Flag. We're calling it Wing Dance King.
Cool.
So tell us about how that came about, because you do the whole wing dance thing, man.
I've had a lot of success this year and been able to win a lot, so I thought I would come up with something that a lot of people do, is climb up on the wing after they win a race, and it's pretty special moment every chance I get to win a race and get up on the wing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that little hand flutter thing you do. You got the whole dance in there and everything, man. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So can we talk about something very unique? The way you know, you're obviously a smaller person, so that's very unique what you do in racing with that right now. How does that work? You have all your gears up here, and
with my unique structure in my body, I got in the sprint car, everything's moved up 6 inches and moved forward 6 inches, so I'm very comfortable in my race cars.
Wow.
And you know, I've been fortunate to get a lot of good opportunities and be able to race and do what I love. So
was it a challenge for you with your size?
There for a while, yeah, it was, just because I didn't know what was going on with the race cars, but once I got the hang of it, I kept getting better and better.
Right. And so we talked about your wing dance. Let's talk about you had your first ever main event win. Tell us about that experience.
2012, I won my first sprint car race in Chico, and I passed Willie Croft with a few laps to go.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the Willie Croft.
Such a good, really fun moment for me, and I got to race a lot and just have fun.
Right on. So you're actually going to, could we skip ahead a little bit? You're going, so where are you going next? You going to Jacksonville, Illinois?
Jacksonville, Illinois, Lincoln, Illinois, and then where are we going? I'm not sure what that third track is. Spoon River. And I'm gonna run, Power Ride, midgets, and sprint cars.
Wow, you're just all over the place, man. We had struggled to get a schedule to get you on the show, and that's because you have so much going on. You were actually in the Midwest for a while. Tell us about that. You were racing in the Midwest.
Get to go out there and race at the sprint cars and the midgets with Keith Coons and Paul Silva, and then just get to go back and forth racing from here in California to the Midwest.
Right.
Enjoyed a lot of fun times.
Right on. So but another one coming up too. You could explain to the fans that don't know. There's a memorial for Tyler Wolf. Memorial. Now tell us about that story, if you don't mind. I know Tyler.
I know Tyler Wolf. I didn't know him well, but I definitely knew who he was, and we raced go-karts together, and to be honest, we never really raced on the, we didn't race much together.
Right.
Just we raced at the same track, and Tyler Wolf, had unfortunately a tragic accident at Calistoga Speedway, and everyone's just so saddened for that loss, and I was able to win the second year they had his memorial race. I got the chance to win at Chico. Passed Jonathan Allard on the last lap, and it's
right on.
It's really cool, and I never really raced too good at Chico, but I had a good night that night.
Have you been at Petaluma? How's your experience?
I've been there once, and I ran third.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard us in the opening hour. We was just, and I apologize to the fans that we had to do that, but we just found out about Soris and passing away, which was really shocking to me to hear that. So our hearts go out to him and his family. So let's go on to the Gold Cup. You have so many. I mean, we could be here all day with your wins, because I've been looking at all your wins. You have so many prestige races. You got the Gold Cup, so tell us about the Gold Cup.
Gold Cup was last weekend, and I didn't do too good, but I had a good weekend being able to run with the Outlaws, and qualified good on the second night, and didn't make it out of my heat race, but I got through the feature and all in one piece, and going to move on to Jacksonville and Spoon River this week.
Yeah, and see how that goes. Did you get a chance? You talk about the Louis Vermeil midget opener. So you won
Yeah,
that too. That was another good one, man. I could go all day with the list of stuff.
Passed Christopher Bell on the last lap.
Yeah.
Of the Calistoga race, and my family runs Calistoga Speedway, so it's so cool to win in front of my home crowd. What I've talked about a lot is being able to win in front of your family is so important to me. And
I was going to ask you
so
that. Yeah.
Special,
yeah.
Something I really enjoy doing.
Right, and I'm sure it means a lot to you to be there in front of your hometown fans as well. And
yeah, a lot of my family gets to come to the races just because I travel a lot. It's hard for them to get out to all the races, and for them to be able to come, my grandparents and my dad and his family, and it's super cool.
You're doing a thing too. I noticed on Facebook called you're doing a picture challenge. What's that all about? I noticed that.
A group that helps me out. They came up with a selfie photo album, and we're just trying to get pictures with all my fans and get them onto my Facebook page.
Yeah, right on. So so where are you headed? So next, you said you're headed to where are you headed after that? Where's your?
I come back for the Fall Nationals in Chico.
Okay.
And then I go to the Four Crown at Eldora Speedway.
Yeah, right on. So you also race you said you also race different ones. You race a midget. Can you explain to those? We may have some new fans that may not know what some of those cars are.
The midgets are 4-cylinder Toyota engines that I race a smaller car, half the size of a sprint car, and we race on smaller tracks. So it's a lot. The racing's a lot more exciting, I think, and just because you get going on smaller tracks and they're a lot more racier, and it's something I really enjoy doing, and being able to go back and forth from the midget and the sprint car is special for me, just to boost your experience level, and being able to race every weekend is huge on part of your experience level.
So you've done some stuff on the national level too, I imagine.
Yeah, I've been running the USAC national points, and I'm leading points right now, but we've had a bad weekend a couple weeks ago, but we're going to capitalize on that and get better as we go.
Hey, you know what? It happens. Every racer goes through it. It's just how you handle it and how you get back behind the wheel and how you handle it. So,
yeah, definitely. I just been very fortunate to be surrounded by good people and good team, and being able to go back and forth with these cars is huge on my experience level. Like I said.
And you were just so amazing. Like I said, I followed I followed your races even before I started the show here, and I mean, everything you do is just so amazing. Watching you grow in racing, and like I said, you started. What year was it that you started? You were how you?
2011.
Right. Okay. So you started in.
So this is my 4th year racing.
Right. So when you started, you didn't start out in a beginner box then.
Oh no! I went 2009. I went to 250s, go-karts, and then the outlaw karts, and then went to 500 after that.
Right. And you say you step back in the cart once in a while.
Yeah, I haven't lately, but I ran a race in where were we? North Carolina. I ran a MAV TV race, and that was fun. I didn't do my engine blew up, but I think I was going to be good that night, and unfortunately we had engine problems, and so I just didn't finish the feature. But other than that, I haven't really got back into the go-karts lately, just because I've been so busy racing. Yeah,
you've been so busy racing you race wing and wingless and wing both.
Yeah, I've ran wingless twice this year, and I've finished third and first, so it was a good debut for my first time in a non-wing sprint car.
Now your boy Kyle has transitioned over to pavement. You ever thought about maybe getting late model pavement racing?
Maybe one day. If the opportunity is right. I haven't really got any chances to get in a pavement car. I ran a pavement midget a few times, and just been able to race on dirt. And I think if the opportunity is there, I wouldn't pass it up.
Yeah. I know you and Kyle are friends, and you guys have a great relationship. But it's been great watching him grow too. I mean, he started in karts, and now he's got the NASCAR nationwide deal. A couple of wins under his belt. So
yeah, definitely. Kyle's had an impressive year this year, and unfortunately he missed the chase, which I was literally looking forward to him making the chase.
I know. I wondered what happened.
I think he could have been really good, and but he'll capitalize on that and fix for next year.
Oh yeah,
he knows what to do. And
him and guys like Chase Elliott right now are the young hot ones coming up.
I'm excited to see what the future has for them.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what the future has for you. And you have, I mean, again, we can go all day for the wins. We have to get our next guest on here, but I appreciate you being on the show, man.
Thank you.
Everything else, and we got to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back in just a little bit with Chloe Grasty in just a few moments here. This portion of the Checkered Flag is brought to you by V&H Fresh, currently marketing their own brand of broccoli crowns, and at the start of this year importing their own label of strawberries and Roma tomatoes all the way from Mexico. V&H Fresh, just 8 months ago, decided to build and sponsor their own micro-sprint race team. They have a total of 4 cars and will be bringing a 5th in on April. Dedicated to helping with the race community and are blessed to be a part of it in a very small way. Trust V&H Fresh because there is no substitute for quality. The Checkered Flag is brought to you by Mantech PC Solutions. For all your computer needs, virus resolution, hardware, software, troubleshoot, and upgrades, system setups, configuration, and networking, and more. Supporting Mac and PC, call Mantech PC Solutions for all your computer needs. 707-350-5931. 707-350-5931. All right, folks, we're back. We got Chloe Grasty on the show. Chloe, thanks for being on. And we had you on before, right? But you called in.
Yeah.
So now we get to see your face. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty awesome. So why don't we get into the whole, your whole racing career and how everything started for you?
Well, I started like back in 2009, but just did a couple races because my dad was working on an SRL crew. And then I raced my first full season in 2010 and 2011.
Yeah.
Did pretty good.
Right on. And you're saying SRL, but well, see, your whole family has actually raced. Your dad raced a modified.
Yes.
As well, yeah. So when did he do that? Was that?
He did that like right before I started racing.
Right. So now so let's talk about your car. You know, like most, did you start in a beginner box?
I started in the box stock, and then I went to 250. Raced box stock in 250 for a while, then raced 250 and 500. Yeah, because
I've seen you grow in racing. And I actually had some fan questions. Some fans actually wanted to know what some of the cars were, and that's something we want to start looking into. You know, the types of cars. Like, you know, what a box. Can you explain what a box stock is?
A box stock is usually kids like 7 to 10 race. It's just nice to start out in when you're a little bit older, and if you're younger, you start out in bigger beginner box, and when you get good, you go to box stock. Right.
And so there's different engine types if they're running, or like what kind of different engines are running?
Box stock is usually just like a Subaru motor.
Right. So you're racing now. You're racing in Dixon. Where was your first track that you ever went to?
First track that I ever went to was Red Bluff, actually.
Oh yeah. How was that? Is that an indoor? Because
yes.
They got some indoor ones, yeah.
It's a really small indoor track.
Right. It probably gets pretty dang noisy in there too. So you raced there. You raced mainly you're at Dixon right now, but have you ever raced Ukiah and Lakeport Indoor? Ventured out to any others?
I never raced Ukiah or Lakeport, but I've raced Sacramento and I've raced Cycleland. Did a race up in Oregon.
How was your experience at Cycleland?
Cycleland was definitely a learning experience.
Yeah, can we talk about what that? Can you let the fan talk about what happened? Can you talk about what happened? Is that all right? Or you just had a little mishap over there? Or?
Just learning how to work on that track.
Yeah. It's a big track though. They go 4 wide. It's a little wider in the turns, I think, than Dixon. Where Dixon's track is actually more narrow, but it's longer, right? It's longer.
Yeah, Dixon is a bigger track than Cycleland.
How fast do you go at that? Because I think some of the speeds are for the 500s are what, 65, 70 miles per hour on the stretch.
Yeah, that's how it is at Dixon. And I don't know about Cycleland, but probably the same.
Yeah. So are you looking to probably move up like into a sprint or a bigger car? Or?
That's what I want to do. I want to move up to a sprint car and race that.
Yeah. We have I think we have some photos if you want to show them. And by the way, the photos are courtesy of Action Captured Images. Dave Warden with Action Captured. He gets, I love seeing his photos. He gets right up in there and gets your guys' facial expressions. And we got some cars. We have the number 21. Is there something significant to having that number? Having that 21.
21. It was my dad's number for a while because my birthday is on the 21st.
Oh wow.
So number was 21 for a while. Then I went to 21 when I started racing.
Yeah, and your little brother, who we just had on here for the second time, he runs the number one. Yeah.
He's just number one.
Yeah, it's number because he's number one. Is actually how has it been watching him grow and get up there, and just his confidence is just totally just skyrocketed. Seeing him now on a 500 and the whole grudge match thing in the 250s, I'm just in awe right now.
Yeah, me too. It's amazing that he's that young and he's racing. He can drive a 500 and he's fast.
Right. So let's talk about your wins. You've had quite a few. You've had quite a few what we call clean sweeps at Dixon. You won all three, so how's that? Let's talk about some of your wins. What's your most memorable?
I think my best win was when it was at Dixon, when there was a whole bunch of fast guys there, like Cody SU, Riley Matson, Cameron Austin.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I clean sweep the night. That was also a double points night.
Right.
Good.
We got some people in the studio. So you're saying the double points night. Yeah, and like I said, up against the guys like Cody SU and that's some pretty tough racers to go up against. So, but you got out there and you did it, and we're all real proud of you. I'm proud of seeing how much you've grown. So you're racing your 500 right now. Are you guys where are you going next? Are you guys is the season winding down, or?
There's only one race left for the season.
Really? Oh wow. Are you gonna do? You're gonna do a winter series, or?
I don't think we're gonna run winter series for points, but we'll probably race a couple races every now and then.
Yeah, and then you have we got to get him on the show, and I know he's much smaller, but you have a baby brother, littler brother who also races. He's in a beginner box, or has he moved up yet?
He's in beginner box.
Yeah, yeah. He should move up. I should probably see him move up pretty quickly. That's Connor, your little brother Connor.
He needs to learn how to step on the gas a little more. But he does good.
Did we say it on the show? You didn't say it live. No, it's and you probably remember when you first started. It's all about gaining the confidence and behind the wheel. Like I said, I've seen Chance. I know when I was first started announcing over there. I know it took him a while. Next thing you know, he's getting in the top fives, and I think he's got a couple wins, right? But I've seen him get in the top fives, and now he's doing this grudge match thing with the 14J and the 500 and Tuesday night under the lights, which I wanted to talk to you about. How is that working out for you guys? That's pretty gives you a pretty good significant amount of seat time being able to warm up your car and test things out at Tuesday.
Usually when we go out there, just Chance goes and practices the 500 and the 250. Right.
Yeah, and then you get to practice your has he has his own 500, or is he messing around your 500? Okay. Yeah, sweet, right on. And so you have sponsors. We're gonna let you go because I got to get to some other. But you got sponsors and some things you'd like to thank.
I like to thank Amsoil Racing. They've been there from the beginning for me and Chance both. And a huge thanks to my dad, because without him, nothing would be possible.
Yeah, right on. So thank you so much for having you on the show. We're gonna
watch this. Watch this. Watch this. A beast of machine, getting on you with speed, running gasoline lean. Give me all what I need, indeed. Pedal to the metals, the life that I dream. Can't settle for tea kettle when I can roast it like coffee beans. My chances waiting to see, pumping supreme. A rough race leaves enough traceless, smoking with steam. Spinning wheels, hitting deals with high velocity. Break the rules of physics to win, become an odyssey. Might be second place, but I'm riding behind. Set to draft, fly by, feel the G-force, adjust, get the better lap. My tires may be bold, riding a weather track, but I've left my checker pass so I can reach the checkered flag.